Hello friends, in this video we'll talk about knee joint. Okay, so what are the objectives of the knee joint? Let us see with. So we have the type and articular surface, capsule, synovial membrane, ligaments, relations, muscles and movements, blood and nerve supply, bursae and applied aspect. Let's see the type and articular surfaces. So this knee joint, what is it? It is a hinge variety of the synovial joint. Okay. So what are the articular surfaces? The femoral condyles, femoral and tibial condyles. Okay. And the patellar surface. Here will be the patellar surface for the articulation of the patella. Remember that patella is a sesamoid bone. Okay. Please don't forget this point. Okay. And another very crucial point here. Please remember this point forever. Fibula does not form knee joint. Okay. So when you are asked what forms the knee joint, your answer should be the femoral and tibial condyles with the patella. Not fibula should not be there. Okay. Let us see with the capsule. So what is the location of the capsule? So this capsule is above the femoral condyles and below the tibial condyles. That is the location. Anterior location. Here also you can see the posterior location, the same thing over here, but here it will be in the tibial head. Posterior location will be the tibial head. Okay, right. Let us see with the synovial membrane. Now here it is very clear. So what we are finding? We are finding in the synovial membrane the menisci, ACL, PCL, FCL, TCL, TCL as in tibial collateral ligament, FCL as in fibular collateral ligament. Okay, and this is the capsule. The black line you are seeing is the capsule. Then you are finding the tendon of the hamstrings, semimembranosus, tendinosus, popliteus. You will also find sometimes the biceps femoris also. Hamstrings tendon and popliteus also. Okay. So this is the meniscus. Okay. This is the femur. So meniscofemoral. This is tibial. Okay. From the name itself you can guess the answer. Now the ligaments. What are the ligaments we will see? Now we are finding the ligaments ACL and PCL. Okay. These are the ACL and PCL X-shaped ligaments. Here also we are finding the ligamentum patellae, the bursa, suprapatellar bursa. Supra means above. So just above the patella we are finding the bursa. And infra, below the patella bursa. So in the inside, in short to say, between the patella and the femur and tibia, we are finding the bursa. Okay. This is capsular ligament. Okay. And this is articularis genu. This is the quadriceps. Okay. So this is regarding the ligaments. And extra one more thing. The attachments and relations of the collateral ligaments. So in terms of the medial meniscus, we have the TCL, superficial and deep. Then we are having the hamstrings. In the hamstrings, no biceps femoris here. This is medial view. We don't have biceps femoris here. Instead, sartoris and gracilis will be there. And we have the medial genicular vessels and nerves. Okay. And when we come to FCL, here we are finding the biceps femoris. And the same genicular vessels and nerves with the lateral meniscus. And now we are finding the capsular ligament and the popliteal tendon. Okay. Now the relations, let us see. So we have anterior, posteromedial and lateral and posterior. Anterior we are finding the prepatellar bursa and the ligamentum patellae. Also we will be finding the transverse ligament, the menisci, the cruciate ligaments. Okay. Let us come posteromedial. We have the saphenous vessels. Okay. We have the saphenous nerve and vessels, the TCL. Okay. We have the hamstrings, no biceps femoris. Okay, here no biceps femoris, it will be in the posterolateral side. Here only semimembranosus and tendinosus. Then gracilis and both sides, posteromedial and lateral, the respective heads of the gastrocnemius. Okay, right. And here we are finding in the posterior, we have the popliteal vessels, the tibial nerve, okay, and the oblique popliteal ligament. Posterolateral, we are finding the plantaris, the fibular nerve, and the biceps femoris with the FCL and the popliteal tendon. Okay, these are the relations. Now, movements with the muscles involved. So, please remember this. Hamstrings. First of all, what are the movements? Flexion, extension, medial and lateral rotation. No abduction, adduction here. Okay, that is for hip joint. Okay. Flexion is done by the hamstrings. Okay. Same movement. Hamstrings will also do medial and lateral rotation. Biceps femoris will do lateral rotation and rest of the two hamstrings will do the medial rotation. Extension done by quadriceps and extra medial rotation popliteus. Okay. This is the chief muscles. Now we are finding the accessory muscles. So sartorius first, that does flexion and medial rotation. Tensor fasciae latae, extension and lateral rotation. Gluteus maximus, that's the lone in this group, lateral rotation. Okay. Then gastrocnemius, flexion. Not just flexion, plantar flexion, that is the special movement. Plantaris also, okay, along with popliteus, okay, and gracilis, flexion and medial rotation just like sartorius only, okay. So remember, gracilis and sartorius will do the same movements as in accessory muscles, flexion and medial rotation, okay. Let's see the blood and nerve supply. First, blood supply, we have the popliteal vessels, okay, and we have the circumflex femoral, fibular and the tibial branches. Remember it as 2FT, 2FT, femoral and fibular with the tibial, circumflex branches, okay. Nerve supply we have already seen, tibial and fibular already seen. Extra we had femoral and actually extra is obturator. From the diagram you can guess the blood and nerve supply. So extra here, please add obturator. Okay, right. Let's see the bursae now. So we'll just see where are the bursae located in the medial and lateral aspect and in the front. So here we have the anserine bursa. So anserine bursa is nothing but the pes anserinus. Please remember this point. It will be very useful in the viva. So when you are asked what is pes anserinus, I want you to answer pes anserinus is sartorius, gracilis and semitendinosus together called pes anserinus or goose foot. Okay, you can call it anyway, pes anserinus or goose foot. Okay, then under the hamstrings you are finding the bursa. Under the popliteus also you are finding the bursa. Okay. Now we are finding in the front of the knee, we have the superficial and deep infrapatellar bursa. Okay. Yes. And that's it. These are the bursa. Now applied aspect, let us see first locking and unlocking. What are the differences? So if we know one of them, other is exactly opposite. Okay. Right. Now we are finding the locking and unlocking. So just remember either one of these, either locking or unlocking. For example, locking, unlocking will be opposite. Okay. So in locking, medial rotation of the femur on tibia during terminal phase of extension. So femur rotates on the tibia medially during extension. Exactly opposite is unlocking. Next, locking is by quadriceps. What does quadriceps do? Extend the leg, isn't it? And popliteus is for unlocking, flexor. Then what happens to configuration? Locking means it will be rigid. Like for example, when you lock, you cannot open the door back. Unlock will be flexed in the unlocking. Okay, so it's like when you open the lock, you can go inside your house. Okay, it is like that. And coming to the ligaments, in locking it is taut. Remember, T for taught. You're teaching someone. Remember like that. Taught. Okay. Here it is waxed. Okay. Now let us see with the drawer sign. This is very important. So in the knee joint, the common injury site, it's very common in old age, that is the ACL and PCL injury. We can define this through the drawer sign. So what is the positive anterior drawer sign? That is related to ACL. Okay, so just remember this, the positive drawer sign, if it is anterior and posterior with the respective cruciate ligaments. Okay, that's the important point. Next is osteoarthritis. So osteoarthritis is a restricted and painful movement with grating. Okay, just remember there is increased osteophyte activity which causes severe joint pains. Again, very common in old people. You might have observed, like in the old people, they will feel difficulty in walking, sitting and standing. Okay, that's because their joints in their age is very weak. Okay, because the bone calcium has depleted age by age. It happens in women also. Okay, in women above the age of 30, the bone calcium starts to deplete, so they start getting this joint pains and everything. But anyway, here the takeaway point is, in osteoarthritis, osteophyte activity is more. That results in the painful movements of this joint. Okay, right. So references from where I took the pictures. So that brings us to end of the video. So thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video.